All right, and as always, my loves, we are going to start with a session recap. Okay, so Bellatos rises from his slumber just in time for dinner, and as he makes his way up to the deck, he sees that his new co-workers seem to have befriended a tall, beefy, gray-skinned woman. Shortly after introductions, Vakas is hastily pulled away by Samara, who says she wants to introduce him to the other cooks, and also doesn't want to see him get hurt. As he is being led off, Murwort the gnome saunters over and says that he doesn't care who fights as long as it's 2 versus 1. Bellatos signs up for the monk-off under your mom, and a kobold bets Zatari that your mom will land the final blow. The fight is rather short, and Bellatos does in fact get the final slap, as he literally backhands the Gith overboard. When the Gith is brought back on board, he is clearly furious, but keeps to himself and his gang of goons. You have dinner on the deck, watching the sunset and observing the rest of the crew. Samara comes by and apologizes for stealing your friend, but gives you extra bread and stew as a treat. And as you people watch, you notice that there seems to be cliques amongst the crew and a general air of relaxation that is a bit foreign to many of you who are used to order and discipline. The Gith's crew consists of a furbolg, 2 male half-elves, a dragonborn, and a large woman with a helmet on, which is interesting since the Gith are known to mostly stick to their own kind. Zatari follows the helmeted woman to the bathroom and accidentally bumps into her, stealing 5 gold from her pockets. Bellatos retires early with a migraine, and Zatari uses this opportunity to steal back the silver piece she had placed in his pocket before, opting to replace it with a piece of bread. Zatari and Matilde get to know each other a bit more, and they wax poetic about pressure points, magic, and the universe. Zatari ends up inviting Matilde on the mission to retrieve the key from Prisoner 13, and promises her a cut of the reward. Meanwhile, below deck, Bellatos is having a pleasant dream, but he awakens suddenly to a serrated blade at his throat, held by none other than the Gith you bested in battle earlier, along with his goons, notably missing the Dragonborn. Matilde and Zatari enter the room as the fight breaks out, and before you finish off the group, the large woman with the helmet puts up her hands and says that no one has to die and offers to get the cleric. You generously allow her to leave and find the cleric and help Bellatos up, as Zatari, of course, picks everyone's pockets. Zatari finds 16 gold and a scroll of gaseous form. Bethra races in the room, casting Zone of Truth, and the Gith admits to starting the fight. I put the Goth, which was funny. The Gith and his crew are taken away in handcuffs to a locked room on the ship. Drawn by all the noise, Vakas comes rushing with a heavily stained apron.
Nice.
It was intense.
Vakas, you missed the fight!
I'm so sorry. I was meeting other people.
Look at him being so social.
What did I miss?
Well, the Gith was a sore loser, so he tried to kill Bellatos because Bellatos threw him off the ship.
Wow. Nice,
and then we
Bellatos.
kicked their butts, and now they're in jail, which is ironic. Because we are going to a jail!
We've recovered everything from the last session, right? Like, I can take my full rest now, because
Yes.
I'm 90% dead at this point.
Yeah, you passed right out. So you guys, Vakas, you are, you try and stick a little closer to Zatari and your new friends Matilde and Bellatos for the rest of the trip. And the next 2 days go fairly smoothly. Notably, it is extremely cold. Bellatos, you are used to the cold somewhat, since your temple is a little bit up here, but it is below freezing at all times. And as you guys approach the prison, you guys make your way onto the deck, and you guys see perched on a high cliff overlooking the sea of moving ice is a bleak stone fortress carved from a gigantic blade-shaped rock. The central tower, which looms over the rest of the fortress, and with a little bit of light leaks from the arrow slits. 4 smaller towers rise from the outermost corners of the fortress, and the guards can just be seen atop them. So the prison is actually a single-story structure topped with battlements. So rising from the core of the Panopticon is a tower which holds all the prison's administration offices and the guard barracks. Both the prison and the tower are carved from a tall, blade-shaped rock that rises high above the sea cliffs. This rock is actually called the Windbreak, and it shields the tower against the brutal winds that sweep down from the Regid Glacier. So as you guys enter, like I said, you're on the dock. It's below freezing. You shiver a little bit, but you guys end up docking, and everyone sort of kind of already knows where they're going. You see that the cooks are already scrambling off, following Samara, and you also, sorry, Stella's like squeaking her toy, of course. Stella. And you guys see that the guards sort of start to single file line up and make their way up into the tower.
Which one of us are guards and which one of us are cooks again?
I think it's just Vakas who is a cook, yeah.
Yeah.
And everyone else is a guard.
I mean, I'm thinking we gotta, like, go with our peeps, right? Like, so guards go with guards, cooks go with cooks, and before this happens, have we, like, taught what we're doing?
No, we haven't really talked strategy.
Not really.
Also, where's Osan?
Ah, yes. Osan is very cold and sort of has, the last 2 days has stopped wandering around the ship for fear of being squished and has kept very close to you into your jacket. So Osan is on your person at this point. If you guys want to take a second before you guys actually dock to like kind of discuss strategy amongst yourself, you absolutely can.
Wait. Yeah.
So, all right.
We want to find the lady. Find out which cell she is in. So as a guard, we could probably go to, if they have a desk, maybe casually ask where she might be being held.
Well,
Lucky-
then,
Yeah, lucky for you
look at the
guys.
map.
Yeah, the sapphire maps do point out where her cell
Oh.
is.
Okay.
So I made friends with, I forget her name. The
Samara
cook.
and Krieg,
Samara.
the Aarakocra, yes.
Samara and Krieg. So I will go with them and see if I can find out if our lady that we're going after is going to have any alliances. What do you guys think?
It's a good idea.
Yeah, it's good to know what, if she has friends. Are we supposed to kill her? I can't remember.
No, we are trying to get information, I think.
Well, it doesn't matter if we kill her or not. I
You
mean,
get extra
they just
gold
care
if she's
about
alive,
me.
yeah.
Yeah.
Single gold.
Oh,
No,
no, it was
extra
like a
gold.
lot more gold.
Oh.
Yeah.
It just sounded like a gold.
1 more gold if she's alive.
Only one
And-
more gold if she's alive. And dead.
No, it was like an amount. It was like a non-negligible amount of gold if she was alive, and he basically said you can decide amongst yourselves how to prove that she's alive. He didn't really have a good answer of how to prove it.
Yeah.
But he wants us to keep her in jail, right? Like, we're not breaking her ass out, right?
He
Right.
also said he didn't care
Right.
about that.
Our goal
I
is
mean,
to
our
just
main
find
goal-
out where she put their treasure, right?
Yes,
Well,
he
our
wants
main
the
goal is to
key.
get the key. Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
the key for the treasure.
Okay.
Which is a bit odd to you guys, because obviously if she's in prison, she's been searched probably multiple times. Like, there's no way has a, like, the idea
Something
of her
on her
hiding a physical key is wild.
Yeah, no, that shit's in the ether somewhere.
Or it's like a mental game that only she knows, like, the code to or something.
Based on the map, the doors are inward, but the guards patrol the outward perimeter of all.
Oh yeah. Can you add me to the map? It's the Owlbear Rodeo one, right?
Yes,
Well, she
it
also
is
posted the map in the general.
correct, yeah.
Yeah.
So if you click on the link, McKenna, it'll bring you to the Owlbear Radio, and then,
No, I did. It's just asking me to. It says asking to join, and then it says.
LOL, I have to
sure.
let you guys in, which is super annoying now.
Uh,
Admit. There you guys go.
thanks.
Thank you.
Hey, there we go.
And admit.
I've never used it, but also I apologize for the double.
It's all good,
And I
guys.
don't have the hopes of them.
Sweet.
Your mom.
Gesundheit.
Bless you.
Sorry.
I cast less on you.
So remind me which one she is. We know, right? Because we have the
Yes.
She is 17 at
map.
first.
17.
Yeah.
Yeah, in the general chat, that's the blue.
Yeah, the blue
Map.
one is like the sapphire map. Mm-hmm.
Oh, nice. Okay. Nice.
That's why it's like the guards go around the perimeter.
Cool.
Yes.
So I will go with the cooks to see if she has any friendly people that can tell me more about her. You guys are gonna do what?
I mean, I'm thinking I'm gonna fall in line.
Get a
Okay.
lay of the land.
I
Nice.
think we could find out more at the guard station.
Mm-hmm.
Could ask around. Maybe other guards have talked to her.
Cool. Let's do it. So I march off with Samara and Cree.
You notice that there's far less cooks than guards, which, makes sense.
Yeah.
So you guys fall in line and start marching up. So as you guys enter the prison, it really dawns on you like how large this thing is. It is absolutely staggering. And obviously a great effort was made to build this prison and, post it out, post it all the way up here. And would not be an easy prison to break out of or break in. So a jailbreak is low on the list of viable options. Wouldn't be impossible, especially because you guys know that you have Bethra like in your back pocket, but it would be a challenge.
We have Bethra? What does that mean?
Bethra is the captain of the Jolly Pelican, who is
gotcha.
Varen's like associate, essentially.
Yes. Yes. Thank you. Cool.
So you guys enter in, and you guys will you guys start getting kind of split up. There's a couple of people. There's a couple of guards who seem to have been here before, and they sort of know where they're going, etc. And then there's a couple of guards who, like you, seem a little newer and a little bit less sure of where they're going. And you guys are sort of like waiting around for instructions, and eventually you guys make your way to the barracks, and you guys see a very intimidating orcish woman. She is very tall and very large. She's like 7.5 feet, all muscle, not an ounce of fat on her, and she is hulking. Her eyes and seem to be in a perpetual squint, and she seems to be sneering even over her like large I guess what do you call them, fangs or teeth, bottom teeth, tusks. There we go. And you see her sort of like walking around the barracks and calling out sort of like messier bunks and stuff, and she turns to look at the newcomers, arms crossed, looks down at you guys. Newbies.
Hello.
She doesn't say hi back.
Here.
She just
I'm
just gonna stand there
to
quiet.
guard.
She like leans over you, Zatari, gives you like a big sniff, and sort of like huffs on you, like, and is like, tiefling, good.
My good tiefling.
Goes over to Bellatos. Strong dwarf. Looks at Matilde for a while. Gives her like gives her like 2 sniffs. Genasi. Interesting. You will do well here.
Thank you.
Oh, snap.
You no break rules, we no have problem.
All right.
Can I have that in a written format, please?
She points to like a sign on the wall. Like, and it's like, rules. It's like, keep bunk clean. Like, she obviously wrote this herself. And it's like, no talking to prisoners. And it also says, no magic.
Oh. No magic.
There's like a bunch of other rules about like rotation, changing guard patrols, protocol, etc., etc. But those are like the top 3 rules.
All right, so I can rock like maybe 2 of those rules. The third one's gonna be a fucking problem for me, okay? Like, I have to talk to the prisoners. I like them.
Make me a dex check, Bellatos.
Oh, snap.
Oh, snaps.
Uh-oh.
Retro.
Whoops. 7.
Ooh.
Oh, no. First
Yeah.
roll of the night, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, I rolled a fucking 2.
Much to your surprise, you are slapped, like into like just as you backhanded that Gith off board, you are slapped about 2 feet across the ground, and you slide on your backside, and you kind of like do the like you see Tweety birds and like stars a little, and she just crosses her arms again. She goes, "No talk."
I guess I earned that one, huh?
No talk.
Very good. These your bunks. And she leaves. And everyone else is sort of like, oh shit, I don't want to get bitch slapped. But everyone like doesn't make eye contact as you guys like kind of like go to your bunk, and you're like, okay. Meanwhile,
I go
Vakas
top bunk.
Zatari, whoop, like top bunk right up.
Yep.
Meanwhile, Vakas is sort of redirected towards the kitchens, and Samara, you spent some time with her and Krieg and a couple of the other cooks, and the cooks are very like they are cracking jokes with each other. They're talking about what they're gonna make for dinner. Like the vibe is chill. Very different vibe than what's going on in the barracks right now. So as you guys get to the kitchen, which is area R8, by the way, you see a very large man, an ogre, I should say. He is, while Eula was, that was the head guard. While Eula was like about 7.5 feet tall, Homie is like 12 feet. He takes up the entire doorway of the kitchen. And you just hear Samara like squeal in delight. And she like runs over and she's like, oh, Tiny! And like throws her arms not around him because it's not possible for her. She's very small.
You said Tiny?
Yes, his name is Tiny.
Nice.
It's like a fucking 1-year-old person like hugging a fucking Great Dane or something.
Yeah,
like,
exactly,
crazy
yeah.
like that.
And he gives out like a very jovial laugh and kind of pushes himself through the doorway. You notice he has like an extra tall like chef's hat. So this man is like ginormous. He has a massive hulking chef's hat. His apron is like bigger than like 4 Vakases. And he has a on his like tucked into his apron, he has like a giant like cleaver. The apron is stained with various colors that you aren't gonna ask more about. And he's like whisking a sauce like in a saucepan like as he's doing this. And he's like, oh, Samara, so good to see you. Krieg. And he like claps Krieg on the wing. You see Krieg like visibly is like, ow. And he like looks around. He's like, oh, new faces, who we got here. And he like kind of like accidentally whips some sauce on you, Vakas. The sauce smells freaking amazing, by the way.
Nice. Oh, my name is Vakas. Nice to meet you.
Vakas. Very good. Tiny Tulane. And he like claps, like his hand is giant, and you sort of are like, okay, yeah. And but he like vigorously shakes your hand, goes back to whisking, and he goes, well, beef stroganoff. Like whisking, and he looks at Samara and he goes, you know where the meat is kept. Go show the newbie around. He like waves her in before he like pushes himself back into the door again. Samara gives you a tour of the kitchen. They of course have like they actually don't need like a deep freezer because it's just that cold. And you see that there's already like a crew of cooks in the kitchen essentially, and they're like chopping and boiling and doing all that. You see that there's about 6 cooks in the kitchen, not including Tiny, who seems to have his own like area because he would be taking up quite a lot of the kitchen if he wasn't like secluded to one side. And Samara is introducing you to everyone. Everyone is very like, oh hey man, how are you? Da da da, and they go right back to their thing. Samara again like winks at you and says, "Now, like I said, dearie, the cooks look out for our own. So anything you need, you let me know."
Okay, thank you.
All right. Well, better go pick out your bunk before all the top bunks are taken, and your shift doesn't technically start till tomorrow, so I'll see you then.
Okay, is there anything I should be doing in the meantime, or do we get to look around a bit before tomorrow?
Well, she kind of like thinks about it, and she's like, I suppose you can ask the warden for a tour. I would steer clear of Eula though. And she kind of like lowers her voice. She's like, can't miss her. Giant hulking woman. Not nice.
All right,
You
Eula.
can say that again.
Eula, I will look out for Eula. So where is the warden? Do you know what the warden's name is?
Oh, yes. Let's see here. Great question. I know I have that written down. Next to my other 100 NPCs, I think. Yes. So Samara's like, oh, yes, Marta, she is, well, she gets like kind of like a look in her eye. Go ahead and make an insight check for me.
Oh, insight. Okay, so I have my dice in front of me. I have fancy dice that.
You got real
me.
dice? Look at
I
you.
do have real dice.
Oh,
I found some dice
Shh.
that reminded me of Vakas.
Oh, so cute.
Yeah,
You're a
they're
real
like
D&D
sparkly.
player now.
Yes, I know, right? So which one do I roll?
You're gonna roll the big one.
This one.
Yeah, the 20.
The one that's got the 20.
Yeah,
One that's got the
okay.
20.
Oh, 18!
Oh, fantastic. Okay, and then you're gonna add whatever your modifier is to insight. So on your page, you'll see insight, and they'll say a plus.
Right. 24.
Wow, very high.
Yes. Oh, should I put that on this sheet somewhere?
No. Normally when you roll on the D&D Beyond, it'll like pop up, but
Right.
no need to. Like I do honor system for real dice. I don't expect that you guys are cheating in a game of fun, but hey, do you? So
Look, I did not cheat when I rolled 15 20s in a row. I really did that.
Insane.
that would be like so you get the sense that Samara is familiar with Marta and seems to have a little bit of concern over her, as well as it's you get the sense that she's not telling you everything about Marta. She's kind of like waving you off and is like, oh, she's super nice, like da da da, and you're like, there's something that is like an unspoken dealio.
Okay. I'm gonna probe her more. So, Samara, you seem like you might you might know Marta pretty well. Have you guys worked together very long? Was she a cook
Oh,
before she was a Marta?
well, no, Marta. Well, she actually was an adventurer. At one point, um, uh, she, very famous. It's really quite an honor that she chooses to be our warden. Like I said, Eula, not so nice. But Marta is lovely.
Uh-huh. Okay. You wouldn't want me to give Marta any flowers from you, would you? Would you want me to? Mhm.
Oh, she looks kind of like surprised at the suggestion. She goes, "Well, I don't think Marta would be against that at all."
Oh. Well, I mean, if you want me to put on some charm, I don't mind getting on her good side for you, Samara.
She smiles real big and she goes, "She definitely has a good side."
All right. Well, thank you. I'm gonna go and find her then.
Oh, wonderful. She is, and she gives you directions on how to get to like the warden's quarters. And she goes, I'm not supposed to tell you this, but she's actually fine with visitors, and as long as you knock and you're polite, and you're introducing yourself, she wouldn't mind at all."
Okay. All right. Well, thank you. And so I scurry off to go find the warden.
I feel like this is a trap.
Probably.
It's a trap.
It's a trap. Okay, so do you go right off to the warden, or do you circle around to get the others?
Well, first I have to go and claim my top bunk, obviously, before they're all taken.
Right. You make your way to the barracks.
Yeah. Yes. And I look around to see if the others have also made it to the barracks.
Are the quarters the same for the cooks and the guards?
Yep.
Okay, cool.
There's
Yeah,
just
so
not
I
that
see
many
that-
there's just not that many cooks to justify another area for them.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Zatari's already making like a blanket fort at the top of her bunk.
So I go over to where you guys are after shoving my stuff in a bunk. Hey guys, so apparently there's this woman called Ula we need to watch out for.
Bellatos just fucking starts laughing.
She hit Bellatos because he said he wanted to talk to the prisoners, and she said no talking.
So
Yeah.
you've met her. Very nice.
I think she's the leader of the guards.
Okay. Bellatos, I expected nothing more from you.
Mm-mm-mm.
She said I was a good tiefling.
Okay. So your secret's out, huh?
Yes, and I'm gonna pull my head back and show like my horns and everything.
I'm gonna jump back as if it scares me.
Roll a deception
My
check.
goodness!
Bellatos, do you have something to say?
I smile with my pointed teeth.
Like, I didn't know tieflings could be so attractive.
Oh. Okay.
Bellatos, keep it in your pants.
Bellatos loves everyone.
He does not discriminate.
Yeah.
I am not an elf, I am a tiefling.
Yeah, pointy ears are pointy ears.
Oh. Okay, well.
So I don't know about you guys, but I I think I'm going to go off and find the warden. Samara told me that she would be able to give us a tour of the prison.
I
So,
would be interested in that.
I will
what do
go.
you guys think? You want to join? All right, Bellatos, do you want to join?
Yeah, I guess so.
All right. Well, just so you
Maybe I
know,
can get that bitch fired for hitting me.
I think you kind of called for that one, so I don't know. I don't know how you can explain yourself out of that one, but so apparently the warden's name is Marta, and Samara was telling me that Marta is friendly to strangers, and as long as we're polite, Beltas, then
Bellatos.
we should be in the clear for keeping our noses.
Guys, come on, I'm always polite.
Mm,
All right, so let's go find this warden.
let's go.
I'm in. Let's do it.
So we head off to.
You guys head off to the warden's quarters, which thankfully you guys did spend some time like studying your maps, and know kind of where to go along with your directions from Samara.
Oh, it's level 2. Nice.
And you guys come across a relatively like more ornate door than the normal doors that you've seen. And you can only assume that this is the warden's quarters.
Okay,
Knock,
I
knock,
go
knock,
up
So
and
I'm-
knock, knock,
So I'm
knock.
really not trying to fuck everyone up here. I am gonna like be at the back and just just stand there quiet.
Okay.
Knock,
Who's gonna
knock.
I was gonna say.
Knock,
Yeah,
knock,
it's
knock, 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 knock.
You guys hear a series of locks unlocking. And Zatari, if you're not mistaken, you hear magical locks.
Ooh.
And you guys sort of infer that the warden's quarters are very off limits to anyone else. The door opens, and you guys are greeted with a slightly older human woman, in a bronze like wheelchair. It's kind of like steampunky looking. And she is very like stoic almost. But as she opens the door, she does give you like a fairly warm smile, and sort of like raise her eyebrows in curiosity, and she goes, visitors, I wasn't expecting an appointment. You must be, she gives you like a kind of like once over, she goes, you must be new.
We are new. Hello,
Hello.
my name is Zatari.
A pleasure.
Hello, ma'am. My name is Vakas, and am I to presume you are the warden, Marta?
Yes, Marta Marthanis, at your service. Go ahead and make a history check for me, you guys.
History.
19.
I know
12.
nothing.
Not one?
A 4.
4. You know nothing, my man. Alright, 19. Anyone beat a 19?
Nope.
Nope. Who rolled the 19? Zatari?
No, Vakas.
Vakas, my bad.
Vakas.
Yeah.
Vakas, you know, you're not super, normally you would not really know anyone from this realm, so it actually surprises you to hear this title. You recognize that Marta Manthanis is was in fact part of a pretty famous adventuring party, probably a couple decades ago by now, but you have definitely heard her name, and uh, you kind of, if you remember correctly, her adventuring party had sort of a bizarre ending. It wasn't like they all died on an adventure or they all retired. It was sort of like, if you remember correctly, it was kind of said that Marta went missing or she left. You can't quite remember the details, but you're kind of taken aback that she's just here and a warden of this prison.
Wow, ma'am, I am so honored to meet the great adventurer. I've heard of you, and you know the legends that they tell of you and your band, you know, going out and conquering. But I never imagined I would meet you here of all places. What brought you here, if I can ask?
Everyone go ahead and make an insight check for me.
Ooh, 18.
19.
I got
14.
21.
Damn. Okay.
Nice.
You guys see, not her demeanor change. She's fairly unflappable. Her hands are like politely in her lap. Back straight. Very proper woman. But you see that her eyes darken a little, and not in like an evil way, but in a guilty way. And she sort of like, out of almost like a tick, like kind of like looks off to the side, and you guys see as she looks back at you, the look is gone, and she goes, "It's very rare that I meet someone who has heard of me. Yes, I was an adventurer long ago, and well, when the adventuring life wasn't for me anymore, I thought, what better way to serve the realm? Come on in." And she sort of like, to get out of this like weirdness that you brought up, she like opens the door a little bit wider and goes over kind of like behind her desk. You guys see that her robes are red with gold trim, a little bit fancier than you've seen anyone else wearing. You also notice that on her necklace she carries like almost like a keychain, and it has 7 tiny keys hanging, and they kind of like jingle as she goes around, as she like kind of adjusts herself. The office is nice. It's you guys kind of look at the furniture. It's well made. It's fairly warm in here. As she enters, she makes a hand gesture and she goes, "Vagra," and the lights sort of magically like light up a little bit more, so you can see a little bit more of the office. You guys notice that mostly what she has in here are books and scrolls and parchment and quill. She has 5 heavy wooden cabinets and bookcases that are just like literally stuffed to the brim with this kind of things. And she sits behind her desk and begins sort of absentmindedly kind of flipping through some papers. What can I do for you?
We were hoping for maybe a tour.
She sort of looks and is like, yes, I can provide you a tour.
Wanting to learn more about our new place of employment.
Yes, ma'am. If you would be so kind, we know you're very busy. We were just hoping to get look at the place since this was our first time here, and it's just such an incredible tower.
Yes, I am very busy. She like quickly stamps like 5 things, and then kind of like them together and puts them down in a very neat stack that she has. And she goes, well, I suppose I haven't done my rollabout. Suppose, this moment.
Fantastic. Yes, we would love to. I mean, start today if possible, since our shifts will keep us busy tomorrow.
You see her quickly like glance out the window, and she wheels herself from back out around the desk, and she goes, "Oh, very well then. It's a little out of the ordinary for me to give a tour, but as I said, I have not had my walk today, so I will make an exception." Go ahead, Zatari.
Can I look out the window and try to see what she was looking at?
Yes, go ahead and make a perception check.
Perception.
Disgrace.
That's 15.
You kind of like also casually look out the window, and besides the fact that Marta seems to have a very lovely view of sort of like her window does not face the rest of the prison. It actually faces like the cliff and the sunset. So she gets a absolutely gorgeous view every day. You can't see anything out of the ordinary.
Can I like take a deeper look at all of the books that she has to see like what types of books she has?
Yeah,
Like
absolutely.
Is that a perception check too?
Yes, that is also going to be a perception check.
11.
From what you can tell, looks like the warden personally oversees many records that have to do with this place. So you kind of like give a cursory glance on like what she's looking at on her desk, and sort of like some of the more open scrolls. You see a lot of names, a lot of like crimes. You also see the things that she stamped were appeals to as you guys may know, they sort of, you can appeal your case like once a year. So all of these are like rejected appeals by the council, and she sort of like processes all this paperwork. So it seems like this is like she oversees almost all of the paperwork in the prison.
Nice.
Can we see anything with the prisoner on it?
Yeah, make a perception check.
Ooh. Oof.
You look around, you don't see anything that like says Court of Glintstone or Prisoner 13 or anything like that. You do notice that there is a fairly solid looking chest that is locked in sort of the corner of the room.
Hmm.
I'm gonna point that out to Zatari and be like, yo, I don't know, that thing's giving me a feeling.
Could I surmise that maybe one of the keys around her necklace would unlock that?
Absolutely. You like, if you know locks and keys and stuff, she almost certainly has the key with her.
So I was seeing, you have magic in this room? And was wondering, the leader of the guards said that there was no magic. Is this only true for specific areas, or?
Yes. So sorry. Only, we do have some anti-magic field that surrounds the, well, we call it the hexagon. But basically, there's an anti-magic field around the prison cells. As you might imagine, we have many magic criminals here. Wouldn't want them breaking out because they know Misty Step.
Good point.
Well, come now. And she wheels off. She does give you guys a pretty thorough tour. As you guys sort of like fall in line behind her, you see that Marta has like the utmost respect of just everyone who passes by. Everyone who like nods, bows, salutes, acknowledges her in some fashion. And she's very, very knowledgeable about the prison. It's fairly clear that she has worked here for some time. She points out that they have a hospital, the mess hall. She motions to the counselors' quarters. Not all of the counselors are here at all times. It's not comfortable. She kind of gives like she almost puts like a little stank on that word, like as if she like doesn't really care that the counselors think that it's not fancy enough for them. And she goes, well, some of the counselors reside here at different parts of the year. I believe only 5 are in attendance at this time. She also... Oh yeah, go ahead, guys.
I was gonna ask if, are all the cells currently full?
Yes. Well, we try and keep it 2 to a cell. A couple of prisoners do not have cellmates, but yes, this is a very sought-after prison, if I say so myself.
Have you had any incidents with the inmates? Are there any that need to be in a cell by themselves?
Warden, what's your favorite number?
She gives you a look. She goes, 53. Yes,
That's awesome. Mine's 13.
Go ahead and give me an insight check, Bellatos.
Okay.
Five.
Oh, no.
She seems annoyed that her tour is interrupted by such a bizarre question, but she is too gracious to tell you off.
I'm just making friends everywhere I fucking go, aren't I?
She looks to Matilde and says, yes, you have a few dangerous criminals here. And she sort of thinks for a second. She goes, I still think that we have, yes, well, we recently acquired a very dangerous wizard.
Dangerous wizard? What cell should we be steering clear of with the dangerous wizard?
Well, we do tend to rotate them based on when they enter. So let's see here. She thinks for a minute. Let me look at my notes. Yes. We moved him recently. 6.
Cell 6?
Yes.
Okay. Just so you guys, like, do we know the, like, numbers of the cell? Because I know we know, like, which cell prisoner 13 is in, but do we know, like, numbers?
So there's 24 cells. So you can just, like, count them off. I think prisoner 13 is supposed to be 17. If I remember correctly. But maybe that's not possible. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, yeah, so 22 would be prisoner 13.
Okay.
She also takes you guys into the, like, surveillance hub, which is a rather impressive room, which is manned by 7 different guards. They seem to be basically watching in, like, giant or, like, very large bowls of water. They have like, magically imbued to, like, show them the floor that has the inmates in it. It's a hexagonal room, and it's at the base of the prison's central tower. Basically, the spiral staircase rises up to the tower's upper levels, and you just see that there's, like, there's, like, 7 different guards in here, and they're all kind of, like, taking notes, observing, watching, etc.
Can I look to see if I can tell if they can see cell 22?
Absolutely.
Cool. Is that a perception?
Yes. She's sort of taking you through and oh, nat 20?
Nat 20!
Yes! Okay.
26.
I'm really excited that you got a nat 20 on this, actually, McKenna. Vakas, you sort of meander a little bit, and you are just absentmindedly kind of looking at the different pools, just, thinking about where you are, like, seeing if there's any like holes in where they're looking or whatever. And as you get to, like, kind of in the back, you look into a bowl of water and your heart stops cold.
Ooh.
It is none other than the mad mage who you have been chasing.
No way! Hell yeah, I'm gonna get him. He's in cell 6, the wizard?
He is in cell
It's
6.
your maker.
He looks a little different than he did. He has a long beard and long hair. and he is not in this finery that he would normally have on. But he is unmistakable, and even just seeing him through this visage is like bone chilling.
Woo-hoo. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Well, what do I do? Do I also find this prisoner person that we're looking for?
Yes, on a nat 20, you kind of see that, like, basically the 7 guards have like a bunch of pools of water like set up to like one watch like the main area, and then they have a couple of choice bowls that sort of only look into the cells of what you would imagine is like the most notorious criminals.
Okay.
You do notice a couple bowls off from the mad mage that you've been chasing. You notice that as described, a red-headed dwarf is sort of like idling in her cell, reading, and you notice that she's only wearing. She basically has like her uniform like tied around her waist, so she just has like her undershirt on. She is covered in tattoos.
Add it up.
I wish I knew dwarven tattoos to like look a little closer.
I mean, you can call Bellatos over.
Oh, that's true. Bellatos. Bellatos.
All right, what do I need to roll?
Go ahead and roll.
Can I use like
yes.
Osan to like grab him?
Yes, absolutely. You can send Osan over, and she can just. Bellatos, you feel a familiar yet still terrifying hairy like legs like crawling up your pant legs, and just as you're like instinctively about to smack the shit out of Osan, you hear in your head, Bellatos, Vakas needs you. Come quick.
I go, and I basically like I fish the fucking thing out of me because I don't even remember what it is, what Osan is. It's a
little spider.
Spider.
Well, big spider.
Oh, it's a spider. Okay.
Well, yeah, she's a tarantula. But...
She's a tarantula.
Oh yeah, duh. All right. So basically, like I push Osan out, and I'm like, I like look in her face, and it's just like, ma'am, watch yourself. Like, let's not get fresh here. I don't do spiders.
The 8 eyes blink at you in different, like, not all at once.
Aww. She's so great.
She's so cute.
So then I go and, look at what Vakas wants me to look at.
Bellatos, I think we found our prisoner. Can you see or make out any of the tattoos that might be important for us? Whispered all of this to him, by the way.
Roll me a D8, Bellatos.
How the fuck do I do that in this thing?
On the bottom left, there's gonna be a little dice and then it'll pop up and you can custom roll a D8.
A 2.
Okay.
Oof.
It's not necessarily a bad thing.
Yeah, not necessarily a bad thing. So you do see one. You do see the clan Axebreaker symbol, which is fairly blasphemous of her to still rock. You also see that along her basically you see like her arms, and her left hand has like black and gray smoke and shadows, basically like coiling up. It's very realistic looking. And then you notice that her entire like right arm is very different style. It's more like blocked out. And it's all the way down her fingertips and everything. It doesn't like pop out to you as really like symbolizing anything, but it is an interesting like geometric pattern, all encompassing her entire arm.
Cool. And does that have any specific what's the word, meaning to Bellatos? Like, would they know what that could mean?
It's a little bizarre because typically like monks and dwarves will get tattoos for very specific things, and there's you see that she has a clan axebreaker tattoo, and you're like, okay, and which would be very traditional, but this is it seems like a bizarre pattern to get tattooed. You don't like, it's just not popping out at you as like it symbolizes anything. It's not like a dwarven thing. You're just like, okay, it's a pattern.
Can we tell if there's any like magic coming? Like, I know that like in the cells they can't use magic, but is there any way to tell like if they're like magic tattoos at all? Like, I don't know how to explain it.
Yeah, roll an Arcana check. And Vakas, if you want to roll Arcana check as well, or you can help and give Bellatos.
I rolled a 19.
Okay, well, hey! You have seen magically in like embedded tattoos, and they tend to glow with arcane magic. You don't believe that this tattoo is magical. You're not seeing any runes that are associated with it. It's not ringing the bell on magical rune tattoo, which is kind of what you were expecting her to have.
Okay, I let everyone know that. Like, I kind of thought those tattoos would be magical, but they're not. I don't think they are.
Are we still with the warden?
Yes, I would imagine Zatari and Matilde sort of like hung back, and the warden's just like explaining how she enchanted the bowls of water to watch the tower at all time. She's very proud of this room in particular, and you guys can kind of infer that this is what makes the prison so high tech and like high security, is the fact that this warden is an ex-adventurer who has quite a bit of magic at her disposal, if you guys had to venture a guess.
Madame Warden, are you a wizard? This is very impressive magic.
She laughs a little. Very, very good eye. Yes, I am a very old wizard now, but this is from my years of research.
I saw your room has lots of books, which many wizards I've met have lots of books.
She gives you like a cheeky grin. She goes, "Can't come between a wizard and their grimoire, can you?" Okay, well, come along now. She sort of motions toward you guys.
I'm gonna like whisper over to Matilda, like, look at all of this magic. This is the type of thing I was talking about with, you know.
Pretty impressive.
Wizards are very powerful.
They seem powerful.
Vakas, you're falling behind. Come on.
I
Bellatos.
take one last look at the mad mage, just to secure in my mind's eye exactly where he is, and then hurry to catch up.
As you look one last time in the pool of water, his head snaps up and seems to look directly at you, and you notice that his eyes are different.
How are they different?
You remember him having dark eyes, almost black, and his eyes are almost white now, and they seem to glow with an intensity.
What does that mean?
Crying on you. Ah! How is he doing
But he can't
magic?
I was gonna say he can't use magic.
He cannot.
Interesting.
After she shows you the surveillance room, she seems to be in a little bit more of a hurry, and she sort of breezes past the last couple of things on the tour, which is truly just like she's like, and the roof is over there, and she brings you back to her office, and sort of regards you guys, and she goes, "Well, I hope the tour was sufficient. I really must be getting back to business now, and well, I will see you some other time."
Thank you for your time. It was very informative.
Thanking you.
Yes, thank you so much. We appreciate you taking time out of your day to lead us.
My pleasure.
I'm just keeping my mouth shut because every time I seem to open it, I get hit.
She goes back to her papers as you guys leave.
Vakas, you look like you've seen a ghost.
Well, as we were looking in the security, the room with all of the looking wells or looking pools, I saw the wizard that Marta was referencing, and he is the wizard that I unfinished business with.
Oh. What will you do?
That is a good question. Well, he's in here for a good reason, and I need to make sure he stays here forever.
Can we kill him?
Will help.
Oh, yeah, we can kill him. Yeah, I'd be okay with that. Yeah.
I think
Kill
he should
or-
stay because he can suffer for what he has done.
Yes, I was going to say, we can kill him, or what I would prefer is make his life miserable forever. So maim, kill, you know. whatever we do,
Whatever floats your guys' boat, really.
we gotta make it good.
Wow. What do you do?
Let's just say he deserves all 7 rings of hell and more.
He run Vakas.
Gotcha.
The
right.
relationship.
Gotcha. I don't need
Well,
more.
I could keep an eye out for him on our guard duties tomorrow. And
Perfect.
also maybe try to talk to the prisoner 13.
I whisper to Osan. Osan.
Yes?
Did you see prisoner 13's cell when we were going through the looking pools?
Yes, yes. The dwarf?
Yes, the dwarf. I need you to go into her cell and let me know if she is hiding anything in her cell.
Okay.
Can you do
Okay.
that for me?
Okay, I'll be real quick. It is so cold here. And she
Don't get squished.
jumps onto the wall and just into a little crack and scurries off.
Oh, she's with us.
I am wondering if maybe there's no talking allowed with the prisoners, but I could try to send a message. I don't know if it will get through the magic barrier though. Bellatos, do you know if she could speak the language of thieves?
Would I know that?
Ooh.
Like from her tattoos and whatnot?
Yeah, honestly, from what Varen described, you would not be surprised at all if she knew Thieves' Camp, because she did have basically a little thief guild going on for herself. So it's very, very possible that she does.
So so it's very possible because blah blah blah.
Maybe if I cannot message, I could speak with her through the thief language.
I mean, she knows Dwarven, I'm sure.
Well, but guards would see you talking to her. Thieves' Cant is more discreet, if you know what I mean.
I'm not good at this discreet shit. Like, I don't understand
I
why they
can
don't.
tell!
Look, I just want to say hi. Like, I mean, a smile goes a long way sometimes. And, it's really, really hard not to, acknowledge someone's presence. Like, this is rude. And then you get slapped. And, you know what?
We don't want you getting thrown out of the prison, okay, Bellatos?
I know. I'm trying to behave. I just can't be good for that long, okay?
Don't flirt with the elves in the prison cells.
Yeah, I
It's
gotta
not
draw the line.
allowed.
Okay, I gotta draw the line somewhere. So you're right. Don't do that.
Maybe find the elf guard to talk to.
Ooh.
You should listen to her, Bellatos.
Yeah, I'm going to try because, I just keep getting slapped.
Just do what Matilde does and stay very quiet.
Okay.
Quiet but stoic.
It
Always
works.
listening.
allows me to take things in. As we were walking kind of around the prison, sorry, I was just looking on the map. I know the doors to the cells are inside facing the surveillance.
Mhm.
On the outside, is it like bars in the back, or is it like a actual wall?
It is, yeah, it's like jail bars. Yeah. And then the, wall.
So they see the guards as they're kind of wandering
Correct.
around.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell from the map, so
You guys also notice that while you guys have a mess hall, there's no like prisoner mess hall, and they get served their food like to their rooms.
Interesting.
Are there?
I would go
like,
stir crazy. Sorry.
Yeah. Yes.
Totally stir crazy.
It's not
Oh my
summer
God.
camp. It is a
No.
cold, awful prison.
Oh boy.
Are
Have we
there-
learned what the rotations are yet for the guards?
Yes, absolutely. Let's see here.
Sorry, Emma, I didn't mean to cut you off.
That's okay.
No, it's not. I feel bad.
How dare you?
There you go.
Roll a crit on me!
You slap the shit out of Matilda.
Hellish rebuke.
I know.
Okay, so there's 7 guards who are stationed in the surveillance hub, and then
Right.
you guys just noticing by the size of your barracks, there's about just under 100, about 75 guards on duty at all time. Let's see here. I know it said in here, so hold on.
That's okay.
My internet's sucking tonight because all you guys keep going in and out on me.
Oh.
Yeah.
I shut off my camera.
So the yellow path on your guys' sapphire map shows the actual regular route that the guards take, and it's about like it takes about 20 minutes to do the whole rotation. So there's
And
about
Are the guards in pairs?
yeah, they're in
or-
pairs, and so it's every 10 minutes someone passes by a cell.
As we're walking around, are there like torches and stuff on the walls or like lanterns around?
Yes, there is. Let me look at this really quick. Okay, so one, you guys notice that in the spaces that are meant to be comfortable for guards, it is like magically heated. So when you guys kind of notice that, like, if the guards who are doing their patrol are in their winter clothing, but in the barracks it's perfectly temperate, and you guys also notice that in basically all the locations are brightly lit with wall sconces that seem to be magically imbued with continual flame spells. They seem to not be affected by the anti-magic.
As we're walking, can I like subtly do some thaumaturgy to make the flames like flicker? Just to try to test out where this barrier is and like how close I can get to things before it like doesn't work.
Yeah, absolutely. You remember that the word that Marta used was Vadra, so you're just like silently like thaumaturging it up, and it's basically literally like in the cells. So everything on the sapphire map that is just take a little gander here, that is in the red, no magic. Everything else, fine.
So if there was like a little lantern inside one of the cells and I tried to like thaumaturgy make the flame flicker,
Nothing
like,
happens.
it wouldn't do anything?
Yeah.
Okay.
And you kind of feel like it's not like you cast and then it just doesn't affect the wall sconce. It's literally like the magic dies in your hand.
But certain things do work in the barrier. I wonder what makes them work and what makes them not work.
Must be
If
a
I
wizard
tried
thing.
saying that word that she did while trying to like thaumaturgy inside of the cell, does that do anything or?
Yeah, you try the magic word, and again, like you just feel like the magic like peter out before it even like leaves your fingertips. And you're just like, oh, this anti-magic field is baller. Which just basically reinforces the idea that Marta is very powerful. So, anything else you guys would like to do before dinner?
Actually, I'm thinking, if it's okay with you guys, could we wrap it up at 9? Is that too early?
Oh, is that like in a couple minutes? Yeah,
8
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's
I actually have a perfect stopping point for us. So you guys go to dinner, and you know, it's beef stroganoff. It's very good. You guys are chowing down.
Ooh. That
Matilde,
sounds really
Oh, good old timing.
you feel a massive hand on your shoulder, and you look up
Mm-hmm.
to see none other than Eula.
Ooh.
Warden wants you.
Whoa, Matilda.
She's
I-
not in
Trouble?
trouble, is she?
Eula just gives you a look
She
and then
has-
shrugs.
She has done nothing wrong.
All right.
We have been with her the whole time. I can vouch.
It's okay. It's okay. It'll be okay. I stand up and I kind of
I will save some stroganoff for you.
perfect. And do I follow Ula back
Yes.
to Warden's? Awesome.
Eula stomps down the corridors and gives a deafening knock on the door. You hear the multiple locks unlock, and again, you see Marta. Eula sort of just like shoves you forward just a little bit and goes,
Good.
I bring you Genasi. And just leaves. You see that Marta's like demeanor has shifted a little bit. Her hair, which was very nicely in a bun before, is down and like loose. You see that she's wearing glasses now. And you also see that her sort of like unflappable, like proper self, she sort of like waves you in. She's like, yeah, come on, let's go. And shuts the door behind you.
Ooh.
Yeah, go ahead, Matilda.
How can I assist?
She adjusts her glasses and clears her throat, and she's like, you know, we don't get a lot of Genasi around here.
Okay.
she wheels over to her large bookcases and starts like tossing like a bunch of scrolls and stuff, and she's like obviously looking for something, and she's muttering to herself, oh, the other thing that you didn't notice because you speak Dwarvish, but she is only speaking in Dwarvish now, and you're like, it's kind of odd.
Ooh.
And she's muttering to herself in Dwarvish. Not that one. No, not this one. Okay. Here we go. She unfurls a scroll, looks at it for a little bit, and passes it to you and says, I think you find this helpful?
I look at the scroll. What's on the scroll?
It is a very detailed report about a Genasi woman who seems to be a sales transaction. Describes an older man, how much this woman was sold for, and where she is going. You see that she's basically been shipped off to the other end of the continent, but it is a paper trail.
Thank you. This is... And I roll up the scroll. May I keep this?
Yeah, it's yours.
Thank you so much. Stuff it into my pack. When were you given this scroll?
She gives
How
you
long
a
ago?
giant smile. Goes, hey, you know, I got my ways.
Fair enough.
But it's good information.
Yes. It's excellent information. And just what I was looking for. Thank you for your time. Is there anything else I can assist with?
Yeah, don't mention it. And you think that she means by don't mention it? Don't mention that this happened.
Oh, I got that. I nod my head and I politely excuse myself. And head back for beef stroganoff. That sounds really good.
Yeah. If you would like, I'll also give you an insight check on Marta and see, be like, what the fuck is up with this?
I would really appreciate that. An 8.
An 8?
Yep.
You are not very familiar with magic. And
right.
You know, the woman who answered the door was so unlike the woman who gave you a tour. Either the woman is the best actress in the world, or there's something up that you don't know about. But it was very bizarre. And I mean, her voice was different. She was wearing glasses. And not only that, she seems to have this sales transaction, which, is very bizarre knowledge for her to just have on hand, and know that you were coming.
I'm thinking about this on the way back to the mess hall. And I sit down. And I look at Zatari and I'm like, see? Everything went fine.
You look less happy than when you left, though. Did she yell at you?
The warden that I just saw was not the warden that gave us the tour.
What do you mean by that?
I don't
Was
know.
a different warden?
Her voice was different. She was wearing glasses. She acted different. And she was giving out information. I don't feel like the warden we met earlier, who's very more like stoic. I don't think that's very like her based on her interactions. So I don't know, but there's something
So, like,
weird
side
going on.
question.
Yes.
Is there, like, a Dr. like a Jekyll Hyde D&D something?
Like is this a specific creature?
Well, I don't know if it's a specific creature, but like, is that like a thing? Like, either can someone be like magicked into a Jekyll Hyde?
disguise self.
I will be right back, guys.
Yes, yes, absolutely. You guys can make me an Arcana check.
Oh, okay.
I'm not very good at it. Ooh, I got a 16.
Ooh, 17.
Ooh,
Nice.
Vakas did better than me.
I got a 9.
Okay.
I've been watching Vox. I've been watching
I rolled for Kelly. She got not 20. So, Vakas, you're thinking about it. You saw a lot of twisted shit in Ravnica, and certainly within the realm of possibilities that someone would bind themselves to someone, or harbor a soul within them. It is very difficult. It is not normally something that people would opt into.
This is why she's so guilty on her adventuring. She stole a soul.
That would be interesting.
Any time that you have seen or heard of this, it ends very badly, because basically a body cannot handle two souls fighting over it, and the brain tends to deteriorate like at a rapid pace, which is interesting because this woman is older. She seems to be, doing okay.
She's been here a while.
And I mean, yeah, she's in a wheelchair, but she wasn't in pain. It's not like a recent injury. You guys are kind of like, I think that's just, her mobility aid. And you guys are sort of like, I mean, it's possible, but it is not a sought after resolution for that sort of thing. And Vakas, you do remember that Marta did leave her adventuring party under bizarre terms.
Yes. Interesting. This is a good place to end.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so we're gonna end there. I'm gonna end this
Cliffhangers!
cliffhanger. And you guys enjoy your delicious beef stroganoff. Yes. Great job, you guys.
Do we level up? Are we level 2 now?
You guys are level 3, right?
I
Yeah.
thought-
Yes.
Are we?
Yeah, we started
Oh.
at level 3.
Oh yeah, we are. I got confused because I'm a 1 level rogue, 2 level sparring. We level up to level 4?
I will ponder upon that. Okay, I'm gonna end this